Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Minxlaura123 and this is going to be a bookish themed video. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, I'm a complete bookworm. I love to read. I read every single day. I read all different types of books, all different genres, etc. And I'm going to be doing a book themed tag in this video. It's called the mid-year book freakout tag. And I've seen so many people doing this tag. I've really enjoyed watching other people's videos, like finding out what books they like, dislike, characters, etc. And I thought, I want to do it too. So, like, no one officially tagged me, so I've kind of just tagged myself. I hope that's okay. It is now. But yeah, we're like halfway through the year, so it's kind of a catch up of books you've read and stuff like that. And I can't believe we're like halfway through the year. Like, it's just crazy, right? So yeah, there's different questions here, like prompts and stuff, which I'll put in the description box of this video. So if you do want to kind of play along with this tag, please do, and hope that helps you. And I've got some of the books here that I talk about in this video. They're here waiting to be shown. Other books I haven't got anymore, so I can't show them. I've either like sold them on eBay or give them away to friends and stuff as gifts. But yeah, I hope you enjoy watching. Also, what I thought I'd do once I've done the actual tag, I've got a list of all of the books that I've read so far this year. And there is a lot. I'm not going to go into detail about each and every book that I mention because we'll just be here for like hours. You'll get bored, I'll get bored, etc. But I'll just kind of give the title of the book, the author, and the rating that I gave the book on the Goodreads app. By the way, if you are on Goodreads, come and follow me. Like, I love the Goodreads app. It's so fun if you're a bookworm, and I just love it. It really helps me keep, like, you know, up to date with books and what I'm reading and what's coming out and book reviews, and, you know, I've made lots of like cool bookworm friends on there. So yeah, come and follow me on Goodreads. As I say, the link is down below to that. But yeah, so I've got my app open here on my phone so it can kind of help me as I go along with this. But should we get started? Shall we? Okay. So first of all, the stats. Let's do the stats. I love that. So far this year, I have read 95 books. So my challenge, like my goal, is 150. So I normally manage that most years, like in the last good few years. So that kind of seems to be my overall kind of average of 150. If I go over 150, I'd be like super duper happy. But if I don't, I'm just happy to be at 150. That's a nice number for me. I am a fast reader. Obviously, it takes me longer due to situation. Like if I've got stuff going on in my life that I find it hard to concentrate on my reading, that kind of thing, that can, you know, slow up the reading process for me. And also if like it's a big old chunky thick book, that'll take me longer than, you know, a normal size book as such. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to start the tag. So this is the mid-year. I can't believe we're mid-year. Honestly, it's just mad. Anyway, so the first question is your favourite book, the best book so far that you have read in this part of the year. And I would have to say, even though this was a tough one, because looking through my Goodreads page and stuff, I had so many of 5-star and 4-star ratings, so it was a tricky one. I've enjoyed a lot of books this year, and you'll find out, as I say at the end, with the books that I've read, what ones I gave 5 and 4 to. But yeah, the book that I had to choose, like, I had to choose it because it has a special place in my heart, is by the one and only Cassandra Clare. Here it is, and it is Chain of Iron, The Last Hours, Book 2. This is the collector's first edition book, which I got from Waterstones. It's so beautiful. I am so invested in the Shadowhunter world. Like, I love Mortal Instruments. If anyone ever says to me, what is your favourite book series? My answer is always the same, and it's the Mortal Instruments series. I love it. I've read every single one in the series, and there's a lot. I'm just so involved with the characters and their lives, and just like everything. It's so magical, and I just love it. Honestly, I literally love it. And I get really sad whenever I've finished a Mortal Instruments book. I feel really sad. Like, I feel like, oh, broken because it's finished and I have to wait so long for the next one. And then I always feel sorry for the book that like comes next, because even if it's a really good book, I kind of feel like it's not going to live up to that, if that makes sense. But anyway, so far this year, this has been my favourite read. And if you haven't checked it out, please check out the Mortal Instruments series. It's just fantastic, in my opinion. Okay, the next question is best sequel that you've read. So I haven't really read that many sequels this year, but one of them that I really, really super duper loved was Pretty Rude by Rebecca Elliott. So the first book that she did in the series was called Pretty Funny, and it's about this young girl, and like she's just such a great character. I didn't like her at the first, like the beginning of the first book, I was like, not sure if I like her, but she kind of grew on me, and then I ended up really loving her character and kind of just, I don't know, connecting with her in some way. But yeah, she's like a stand-up comedian. She's like, you read about her friends, her family, romance, the comedy aspect of it obviously, and also she's a plus size girl, so you get a lot of like body positive and stuff. Like, it's just everything about this series I'm really enjoying, and I read the sequel, as I say, Pretty Rude, so I loved it. It was great to kind of carry on with the character and kind of see, you know, what she was up to in her life and how she changed from the first book and stuff. So, and it just gave me a really good laugh. Like, you know, everything's stressful in life this year, right? So to pick up a book that was actually like really funny was like really refreshing. So yeah, I would say that's my best sequel that I've read so far this year. Next question is your best new release. So for that, I chose a book that literally come out, I think, well, in the UK anyway, literally come out in the last few weeks, by Maureen Johnson, called Box in the Woods. Haven't got it here to show you because I have sold it on eBay, like literally last week. I read it, sold it on. But yeah, it was so good. I'd never read a Maureen Johnson book. I know she'd done the Truly Devious series, which I haven't read, but I think I will, like in the future. Like, there's no rush right now because I've got so many other books to read, but in the future I would definitely check out that series because I loved her writing style. I love the characters. This, by the way, is number 4 in the series, but you can read it as a standalone. So if you're like me and you've not read Truly Devious, you can still read this. There are a few little like hints, sneak peeks of what happened in the other books, but nothing like gives it away. So I could read those other 3 books and not have anything kind of spoiled, if that makes sense. But it was just a really great YA thriller, and I love a good thriller, you know, and it was, I won't give any spoilers, but it's really twisty turny. I did not expect things at the end. I was like, what? Did not see that coming. So yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really, really good, and obviously it is in England, a new release, you know. The next question is your most anticipated release, and for that I have chosen, oh my days, I'm going to cry when I get this turn up in the post. I pre-ordered it from Waterstones, so the day it turns up, it's going to be a very emotional day for me. So it's called I can't even say it, I'm so excited. The Hidden Palace. There we go, The Hidden Palace, and it's by Helen Wecker, which is the sequel to The Golem and the Djinn. Now, that book, I loved it so much. There's a few books that I've read in my life that have just really like truly touched me, like I've just loved so much, and I'll always rave about and recommend to people, and The Golem and the Djinn is one of those. I remember seeing it in Waterstones, and it said on the cover, had a quote saying, if you love The Night Circus, you'll love this. And The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern is without a doubt my favourite book of all time, okay? So when I saw that quote, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go. And I really, truly loved it. Not as much as The Night Circus, but it was way up there, you know, so really special place in my heart. I loved it. I love the, like, spiritualism and, like, the mystical stuff, like the Golem, the Djinn, just like everything. It was just fantastic. So knowing that there's going to be this sequel, I'm like, ah! So, yeah, really, really hyper for that. It should be, I think it's coming out in England. I think it's already out in America, but it's coming out in England. I think I had it pre-ordered for, like, I think it's the end of the month, possibly. I don't know, but it's soon. I know that, so I'll have to check, but I can't wait for that. And if you haven't checked out The Golem and the Djinn, check it out. It truly is magical. It's just amazing. I love it. Okay, the next question is your biggest disappointment. So I do have that book here to show you, and I don't want to offend anyone, by the way, with these kind of things, but this really disappointed me. And it's a recent buy, and it is Grady Hendrix, The Final Girl Support Group. I didn't want to say it because there's so many Grady Hendrix fans out there, including myself, by the way. I normally love Grady Hendrix books, but basically I was mega hyper for this. I had it on pre-order, it turned up, I was like, right, any other book kind of gets pushed aside. It's all about this one. It looks beautiful. I love the red sprayed edges and that kind of it just looks creepy and stuff with the chair and everything. I just didn't like it. I thought it started off okay, and I'm not going to give spoilers or anything, but it started off okay. I like the concept of it, and kind of like the whole, you know, final girl in horror films and all these final girls getting together in this support group, and then some random person, you know, starts killing them. And I just thought it was a really fascinating story, but getting into it, it started off well, and then it just went a bit just bizarre. I didn't like it. I didn't particularly like any of the characters. The main girl as well, like one of the main girls, she's like talks to a plant quite a lot of the time. I don't know, I just thought it was really weird. It wasn't scary in any way, and obviously normally Grady Hendrix does that kind of horror thing, and I just thought it was really weird. So I'm so sorry, it was a big disappointment to me. So there we go. I hate being negative about books, because, you know, it's not nice, but that's the question. I have to do what I have to do. Next question is biggest surprise. Okay, so this one I haven't got, this book, but I really didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. So the biggest surprise book, by the way, that I've chose is The Lamplighters by Emma Stonex. Now, that book was loosely based on a true story, and I don't know, it's about this lighthouse men that go missing, and when I heard about it, I thought, oh, that sounds kind of interesting. I'll, you know, check it out. Something made me want to read it, but I didn't think I'd love it quite as much as I did. And I was proper like engrossed in this story. It was so good, so well written, that I did surprise myself, because I really, really enjoyed it. It was not my cup of tea as such normally, but there was just something about the story and the mystery of it, and knowing that it was kind of based on a true story as well. After the book, I remember just looking at all these documentaries and on YouTube, and like finding out more about the actual case. And yeah, it really surprised me that I was that into it as I was. It was a really, really good read. The next question is your favourite new author. So that answer would definitely be Joseph Knox. I've got two here actually. Joseph Knox, who wrote True Crime Story, which I read recently, sold on eBay after I'd read it. And by the way, I do that because that way I can afford to buy other new books. You know, I'd love to keep all of the books that I read and that I love, but I can't. Number one, I'm running out of room. There's only so many bookcases a girl can have. And number two, I need the money back so I can, you know, do that circle of buying other books, okay? Anyway, I feel like I have to explain myself to why I sell my books on eBay. But yeah, honestly, Joseph Knox, I'd never read him before, and True Crime Story was so good. Like, if you like thrillers, like, seriously, check that book out. It was so good, and I actually thought it was based on a true crime story, so much so that me and my fiance were like looking it up on Google, like trying to find the case notes and that, and every time it was just coming back to the book, and I was like, maybe it isn't a true story, but it was wrote in a way that it felt so real, and it's something different that I'd never read in a book before, where the author put himself in the story, which was just so surreal and really blew my mind. I was like, what? But it was so amazing, without a doubt, 5 stars. I love that book. So definitely Joseph Knox. I'd love to read more stuff that he's done. I think he did Sirens as well, which I might check out at some point, but yeah, just a really, really talented writer. And the other new author to me that I've really enjoyed, as I say, when it says new author, it's not like a new author, like, well, you could choose a new author that's a new author, or a new author to yourself. So as I say, new to me, I'd never read him before, and also hadn't read Cara Hunter before. So I read The Whole Truth, which it's in a series, basically. So you can read it as a standalone, or you can read them as a series, and it's about this detective. And so yeah, it's a kind of detective series basically, and people were saying to me, you know, you can read it as a standalone, so I did, and now I just want to read the whole rest of the series as well. But yeah, she's a brilliant crime writer as well, and apparently it's going to be turned into a TV show, which is pretty cool. So if you like your thrillers, especially like your detective stuff, like, check out Cara Hunter. Like, really good. I can tell you, hold on, I've got my phone here, I can tell you the name of the series. Hold on. Cara Hunter. Yeah, it was just so good. Like, I loved it. It was really good. Oh yeah, D.I. Adam Foley series. So I read The Whole Truth. That was it. Yeah, really good. Really good. So, and I can't believe it's going to be a TV show. I'm definitely going to watch that. Right, the next question is new fictional crush. Okay, so some people don't have crushes on, like, book characters, because, you know, they're not real, obviously. But I have had crushes, like book crushes, and I was thinking, who could I choose for this answer? And I have gone with the 2 characters in this book here. Yes, I can have two crushes, all right. And this is Sarah Anderson's Fangs. I love this book so much. I didn't sell this one. This had such a special place in my heart. I was not going to give this away on eBay. I just loved it. So yeah, I kept this one. But it's just beautiful to look at as well. This is gorgeous. Anyway, so yeah, I'm picking the two characters because they're just adorable. One's a vampire and one's a werewolf, and they fall in love, and there's this funny little, like, it's like a comic strip, graphic novel kind of thing, and I have crushes on both of them because they're both gorgeous characters, and I love their love, like their romance and the humour and just everything. And you know, she's a beautiful vampire and he is like a kind of sexy werewolf. Like, let's for the win, let's pick both of them for my fictional crush. Okay, next up is your new favourite character. So for that one I chose Nora O'Malley. I think I've said that right. No, O'Malley, anyway. So basically she was the lead character in Tess Sharp's To All the Girls I've Been, and I've got my notes here, by the way, that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, sassy, strong, also quite sweet in her own way, very cool character. And like, she'd been through so much in her life with her mum and, you know, all the men in her life, etc., from her mum, and just like being on the run. And anyway, I won't ruin the story if you haven't read it, but it was a really good book. And as I say, this character, she was just so like raw, and I love that. She was strong, but you could also see a vulnerable side to her as well, which I love with characters. And I think she's pretty sassy, and I'm really looking forward to see there's going to be like a film of it as well, so that is just going to be great. I'm really looking forward to see it on like the screen and stuff. So yeah, she's my favourite new character. And also Cordelia Carstairs from Chain of Iron, because I love Cordelia. I love her. Okay, next one is Book That Made Me Cry. This one I do have here, and oh my god, this book made me cry like a baby. Like, so much so that Nathan, my fiance, was so worried about me. He was like, "You all right?" I was like, I couldn't even talk. I got to the end of this book, but yeah, sorry, I should say the name of it. It's called One, and it's by Sarah Crossan, and it's all wrote in verse. I really like verse books. If anyone can recommend me some really good book, like YA books mainly, that wrote in verse, please let me know in the comments section. But yeah, this book, oh, my days, it touched my heart so much, and I got to the end of it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I got to the end of it, and I was sitting on the sofa, and I just started bawling it. And he was like, "You okay? You okay?" I was like, I couldn't talk properly because I was crying that much. Honestly, my nose was running with snot, my eyes were running, my face was red. Like, it wasn't a pretty sight. But this book gave me the feels, and I literally, if you're going to read this book, please do, because it's amazing, but have a big old box of tissues next to you. Just warning you. So it's about, I'll tell you what it's about, because I just have to. So Grace and Tippy don't like being stared and sneered at, but they're used to it. They're conjoined twins, united in blood and bone. What they want is to be looked at in turn. Like, sorry, I realise why I'm struggling reading. It's because I've got my glasses on. What a idiot. Right, okay, there we go. What they want is to be looked at in turn like they truly are two people. They want real friends, and what about love? But a heart-wrenching decision lies ahead for Tippy and Grace, one that could change their lives more than they ever asked for. I mean, I'm just reading some of the quotes on the back here. A spectacular testament to love, it blows your head back. Achingly sad, beautiful story about what makes any of us human. Yeah, I mean, this just, yeah, I'm going to leave it there because I'll just start crying. The more I think about that book, it just makes me super emotional. So that's that one. Next, oh, and another, sorry, I just want to add in, another book that made me cry was Madame Barova from Ruth Hogan. She's an amazing writer. I mean, The Keeper of Lost Things was just fantastic as well. That made me cry. But yeah, Madame Barova was really, really good. And without giving spoilers, that last page, whew, that made me have the chills. Very emotional. Okay, right, so next up, Book That Made You Happy. So once again, I'm going to go back to one of my earlier answers. That was Pretty Rude by Rebecca Elliott. As I say, like, you know, reading about a girl who does comedy, you know, is her humour, not only, you know, when they were talking about her stand-up, like, comedy routine and stuff, like the jokes that were in the book and stuff were brilliant, but it was also her as a character and her thought process, that she just come out with these funny one-liners and stuff that I just thought was hilarious. So I really like that, and really did made me have a good old laugh out loud giggle. So the next question is most beautiful book. So I've got so many beautiful books. Like, I just literally, I love all my book covers. You know, they're all good in their own way. But the one I've chose is this one here by Lee Bardugo. I can never say her name properly after all these years. And this is Rule of Wolves. And I love this. I just think it looks kind of embossed, even though it's, you know, kind of flat. But I just think it's beautiful. Like the gold colour, it's just stunning. And like, oh, underneath the dust jacket, it's just like, just amazing. I have not read this yet. I need to read this. I will get around to it either this month or next month. But yeah, I just think it's such a stunning cover, and yeah, it's just, yeah, beautiful. But as I say, I've got lots of books that all look beautiful as well in their own way. Okay, the next one is what you need to read before the end of the year. Well, I mean, there's just so many. I have a big old TBR of 160 books on my TBR, books to be read list. Yeah, quite a lot. But there is one that I've just chosen randomly because I really, really want to get this done, apart from all the others that I want to read. But I really, really want to read this book by the end of the year. It's Bloody Rose by Nicholas Ames, and it is the sequel to Kings of the Wild, which, if you've not read Kings of the Wild, like if you like fantasy books, honestly, I really recommend it. It was brilliant, really great, action-packed and fantasy, but also a lot of humour and just everything. It was just brilliant. So this is the sequel, and I really want to get this done this year because I loved, as I say, Kings of the Wild, so I'm hoping that this one's going to be as good. This is about his daughter, I think, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, so this is one of the many books that I want to read. And also there's a lot of series that I've got on my bookcases that I really want to get done this year because they've been sitting on the bookcases for ages. I really want to get through to those. Rule of Wolves, like there's just, yeah, the list is endless of books that I want to get done by the end of the year. I think that's it. Is that right? Have I done them all? Let me check here because I don't want to miss them. If I've missed any out, I'm sorry. Best book, best sequel, new release, anticipated release, biggest disappointment, biggest surprise, yep, favourite, new author, yep, done that one, new fictional crush, new favourite character, book that made me cry, book that made me happy, yep, most beautiful book, and yeah. Okay, I think I'm done. I think that's the tag officially done. So there you go. Hopefully you got some ideas for books that you would, you know, want to check out and stuff. So now I'm going to go through my Goodreads. So sit back, relax, and I'm going to literally go through all of the books that I've read so far this year. It's going to take me a moment because I've got to scroll back. But as I say, I'm not going to go into details about all of them because we'll be here hours. I'm just literally going to say the titles of the book that I've read, the authors, and how many I rated them out of 5, that book, okay? I've read like lots of dark thrillers this year. I was looking through when I'd done the answers to this tag and I was like, geez, like I've read a lot of dark thrillers. But I like thrillers, you know, that's, you know, but I want to kind of read some more upbeat, fun, fluffy stuff in the year as well, otherwise it's just dismal and dark. Right, I'm up to January, so that's a good thing. Here we go. Right, we're getting there. Oh, hold on, January the 20th. By the way, while I'm doing this, please check out my other channel as well, Minxlaura123 ASMR. I'll put the link down below. On that channel I do videos to help people with anxiety, insomnia, kind of relaxation, chill videos. Okay, so we're going to start here because that was the last book I read in this. Okay, so the first book I read in January, we're just going to go through the list. Right, One by One, Ruth Ware, I gave 4 out of 5. Then I read The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I give that 4 out of 5. Wonder Valley by Ivy Pachoda, or Pachoda. I give that 4 out of 5. Open House by Katie Seiss, I gave 5 stars to. Poisoned, Jennifer Donnelly, I give 4 out of 5. Last One to Die, Cynthia Murphy, 4 out of 5. Visitation Street by also Ivy Pachoda, can't say her name, sorry, 2 out of 5. Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas, really like that. Gave that 5 stars. Influence by Sarah Shepherd, 5 stars. Oh, The Last Resort by Susie Holiday, that was terrible, sorry, 1 star. Rewind by Catherine Ryan Howard, 4 stars. The Burning Girls by CJ Tudor, that was cool, 5 stars. The Shape of Darkness, Laura Purcell, 5 stars. Nobody Real by Steve Camden, 1 star. Girl A by Abigail Dean, didn't like that, thought I would, 1 star. The Manifesto on How to Be Interesting, Holly Bourne, 5 star. The Understudy, Sophie Hannah. There's also some other authors in that, but I'll just say Claire McIntosh, Sophie Hannah, blah blah. There are other authors, but 5 stars for that. Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angels, 4 stars. The Other Passenger, Louise Candlish, 5 stars. Snowfall of Silver by Laura Wood, 4 stars. Lock the Doors by Vincent Ralph, 5 stars. The Girls I've Been, Tess Sharp, 5 stars. Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne, 3 stars. The Peculiar Incident on Shady Street by Lindsay Curry, 1 star. Can You Keep a Secret by Karen Perry, 3 stars. The Project, that was fantastic, by Courtney Summers, 5 stars. Madame Barova by Ruth Hogan, 5 stars. Killjoy, Holly Jackson, 2 stars. The Sanitarium, Sarah Pearce, 4 stars. Some Girls Are by Courtney Summers, 5 stars. Fall for Anything by Courtney Summers, 4 stars. We Played with Fire by Catherine Barter, 5 stars. Ruthless Women, I love that. Can't wait for the sequel for that next year, I hope. Come on, Melanie Blake, bring it out to us next year. 5 stars for Ruthless Women. Clara and the Sun, I know everyone loved it, but sorry, 2 stars. Broken Girls by Simone St. James was fantastic, 5 stars. Bridge of Souls by the lovely Victoria Schwab, I'm so sorry, 3 stars. And I love Victoria Schwab, I just didn't particularly like that one. Mina and the Undead by Amy McCaw, 5 stars, fantastic. Chain of Iron, Cassandra Clare, 5 stars. Midnight Library by Matt Haig, 4 stars. The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, 3 stars. Later by Stephen King, 2 stars. Really disappointed in that one. Oh my days. Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston, 2 stars. Troll by D.B. Thorne, 4 stars. The Perfect Guests, I keep clicking on it. The Perfect Guests by Emma Rouse, 5 stars. The Lost Apothecary, I still can't say that word, by Sarah Penner, 4 stars. The Lamplighters by Emma Stonex, yay, 5 stars. The Last House on Needless Street, Catronia Ward, oh that was weird, 2 stars. I was generous with a 2 star. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, 3 star. Go in the Walls by AJ Gnoose, I think that is, 4 star. The Girls Are All So Nice Here by Laurie Elizabeth Flynn. That was a fantastic thriller. 5 stars for that. The Boy I Am by K.L. Kettle. 2 stars. I was being generous. Sorry, it was terrible. The Final Revival of Opal and Nev. I love that. Dawny Walton. 5 stars. House of Hollow, Crystal Sutherland. Didn't like it. Sorry. 2 stars. Tall Bones by Anna Bailey. Wow, that was dark. It was good. Anna Bailey's Tall Bones got 5 stars. The Last Girl by Goldie Moldavsky. Sorry, I hate it when I say people's names are wrong. Anyway, 5 stars to that. Whisper Down the Lane by Clay McLeod Chapman, 2 stars. Not what I expected. Thought it was going to be a lot darker. Double Down by Gwenda Bond, 2 stars. Not impressed. Pretty Rude by Rebecca Elliott, 5 stars. Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Booley, like that a lot, 4 stars. What We're Scared Of by Karen David, 5 stars. The Dangers of Smoking in Bed, a collection of short stories by Marina Enriquez, 2 stars. That was so weird and creepy and just odd. The Outrage by William Hussey. Loved Hideous Beauty, but didn't like this one. Sorry, 2 stars. Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, 2 stars. There's only like 1 story I liked out of all those. The Yearbook by Holly Bourne, 3 stars. Sister Song, Lucy Holland, I didn't rate because I just didn't read it. I just ended up like DNFing that. That was then This Is Now by Essie Hinton. Really like that, yeah, 4 stars. The lovely Circus of Wonders, that was good, by Elizabeth McNeil, 5 stars for that. I Know You Did It by Sue Warman, 3 stars. The Passenger by Ulrich Alexandra Boswich. I did have to stop reading that halfway through because, yeah, long story, but anyway. The Swap, Megan Scholl, 2 stars, had that on an audio. Kate in Waiting, Becky Albertelli, not as good as their other books, I'm afraid. Sorry, 2 stars. In my opinion, that is. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Clune, 2 stars. Wanted it to be so much better. Malibu Rising by the awesome Taylor Jenkins Reid, 5 stars for the lovely Malibu Rising. Notting Hill Carnival, West Side Story by Candice Carty Williams, 3 stars. Off the Record by Cameron Garrett, I give it 3 stars, and I give 5 stars to Louise Candlish's The Skylight. 1 by Sarah Crossan, made me cry a lot, 5 stars. The Whole Truth by Cara Hunter, 5 stars. The Other Black Girl by Zakaya Dahlia Harris, 1 star. Sorry, I got totally confused with that one. I was really looking forward to it as well. Last Chance Angel, Alex Gutteridge, I think is a little bit too young even for me, so I didn't rate that one. But The Appeal by Janice Hallett, 2 stars. Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, 4 stars. That was magical dancing romance, loved it. Yeah, good book. The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, however you say that, 5 stars to The Maidens. Anne Frank by Jim Pipe, that was a little graphic novel, I gave 5 stars. Fangs by Sarah Anderson, yay, 5 stars. Perfect on Paper, Sophie Gonzalez, I gave 3 stars to. My Brother's Name is Jessica by John Boyne, I gave 5 stars to. True Crime Story by Joseph Knox, 5 stars. Beauty Queens, Libba Bray, that was weird, 2 stars for that. The Windsor Knot, S.J. Bennett, 3 stars. Box in the Woods, Maureen Johnson, 5 stars. We're getting there. Blackout by several authors, including Danielle Clayton. Who else we got? We got Danielle Clayton, Tiffany Jackson, Nick Stone, etc. I gave 3 stars. Swimming Lessons, they were audio of poems by Lily Reinhart. I gave 3 stars. I listened to that whilst I was working and stuff. Final Girl Support Group, Grady Hendrix. Sorry, I gave it 2 stars. That was me being generous. Should have been 1 star. And I've just finished reading a few days ago The Great Godden, and that was by Meg Rossoff, and I gave that 2 stars. That was just really boring. Anyway, whew, so there we go. And the current book, if you are interested, that I'm reading is Falling by TJ Newman. This is so good, but I recommend you don't read this on an aeroplane, because it is about being on an aeroplane and bad things happening whilst you're on the aeroplane. But if you're not on an aeroplane, feel free to read it. It's a thriller, and it's just fantastic. It's really, really good. I'm like nearly finished. I reckon I will get that done today. So that is my current read. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and as I say, hope you like my answers. I'll give you some ideas for books that you want to read. Let me know in the comment section down below what book you are currently reading, and if you've done this tag already, please give me the link to your video. I'd love to watch it. Or if you're gonna do the tag, then once you've done it, give me the link. I'd love to watch it. Whew. There we go. Okay, well, that is the end. Thank you for watching. Please click like, comment, share, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. I really appreciate that. All the links to my social media and Goodreads are down below, so come and follow me, etc. What is that on my chin? Sorry. I'm just going to bring the camera nearer. I don't know what it is. It looks really red. I don't know. Anyway, thank you. Take care of yourselves. Happy reading, and bye.